Alright, today's game with PB&K, doing reviews again. Jericho, in fact it's Clive Baker's Jericho. Playing it on the PlayStation 3 this time around. Alright, this game was dropped off by a friend, and basically what it's about is, if you've ever seen Witch Hunter Robin, imagine that except they're commandos basically. In other words, they're basically witches who are on command. They're commandos. They have different abilities. Like one has this Rip Van Winkle from Hellsing type of ability where she can control bullets from her rifle. One has this blood ability that kind of bounds enemies to a location. One guy, he sets fires because he has a fire demon. One's a telekinetic, one's a telepath. One actually controls pretty much the ability to warp time, and of course bring in lots of ammunition. And then there's also the lead guy who didn't seem to be special at all, but when he gets killed, which he does die, spoiler alert, there'll be a lot of those because I'm taking you straight to the end more or less. He actually possesses the rest of his team since he has no body. So playing through this game, it's a Clive Barker game. He makes awesome movies. He does excellent books. Games, the stories are actually interesting, but the way that they play out, not so much. Alright, the things I did like about it. They employed some very interesting ways and characteristics for each one of the characters. I especially like the Bullet Witch thing. I find that quite cool. I wish it was explored a little bit more. Also too, I like the blood thing too, where you get these orbs that are basically powered by her blood, and they basically just either hold the monster in place or drain energy from the monster. I do like that. The telepath who actually can sort of like temporarily possess people. So that's good for some of the puzzles that you come across. And the fire guy who's basically resistant to fire. As long as he has it free. But other than that, he has a minigun, but he's not very useful. And it's kind of sad. But the characters are actually kind of balanced, and I forgot to mention the priest Ross. Then pretty much he heals and uses 2 revolvers where he can augment damage with the type of ammo he's using, which actually comes in handy later in the game fighting some of the bosses, because in this you do start off fighting like one boss at a time, but pretty much after stage 3 you kind of get these things that are like combo bosses, where they're like 2 bosses in the battle. One's kind of a more passive fighter and the one's more active, and then you have to kill the passive. Definitely was hitting game facts up a lot through this game. Yeah, I paused a lot to have to read in this one. But all in all, it's not completely horrible. But like I said, those were kind of the things I liked about it. But here are the things that weren't quite so awesome about it. It has a dime store first-person shooter feel. If you don't know what that means, it means that it's like slightly clunky controls. But like you walk around, you kind of have to maneuver. There's some problems with collision detection. All the enemies don't necessarily react the way that they should when you hit them. But all in all, it has that dime store shooter feel where it's good enough to play. Also, number 2, most of the game is dark, and you have to use your flashlight to see. To be perfectly honest, that wasn't a deal killer completely for me, because I played Doom, and I pretty much will beat you up with a flashlight if you're a demon. So it's just kind of one of those things where with it being dark, but you see these kind of interesting looking places and stuff where it looks like it's kind of demonic, since they're basically like apparently in the stage of hell trying to lock back the firstborn, who apparently is like God's first monstrosity. So they're basically trying to just keep him locked in, but they end up apparently destroying him at the end of the game. Well, you get to fight him, and it's an interesting boss battle. Basically, you swap through your entire team's set of abilities to defeat it, as he basically mimics your abilities. So, not the worst boss fight I've ever had, but definitely within the top 15 of, wow, this is kind of a sucky boss battle. And you know what? I might start doing videos on that too, because, woo! This one. Yeah. Pretty much, my friend got this one dirt cheap when he got it back. You can get this game at GameStop for like, I think, $6. I think it was like maybe 20 when he got it, so he got it when it was still fairly new. And he tried to get through it, but it wasn't that it was too scary, it's just that it was kind of too boring. First stage, you get like herded enemies, and there are not as many of them. As you go through, you start running into more and more enemies that appear more frequently. So it kind of has the rhythm that most Clive games have, where it's ridiculously boring and slow at the beginning, and then it starts to pick up with the action. Like the boss you're seeing me fight right now, he has a bunch of minions you have to take out, and he actually has a shield. Once you sort of crack his barrier, you can take out. I mean, it's time consuming more so than anything else. But basically, what you pretty much do, and you have to excuse me because it's still okay. You basically just go in, stand by the shrine, and take shelter behind the shrine with the one character you want to keep alive, and have the rest of your team stand on the other end. So that way, as soon as he puts his foot down, you can basically just dump ammo into him, and it's the quickest way to kill him. You're like, which I did not do in this try. And they have another large, like, gladiator giant that I had to kill. First time you meet him, you're trying to figure out how to kill him. His weak spot's his back. Just getting him to more or less turn around or chase him all the way around one of the pillars, and you can pretty much pop his back open. It's much easier said than done. And also too, we're coming to another problem part in the game, because this is where the fire guy gets his time to shine. After you actually walk all the way through that stage and let your team in on the other side, what I had a problem with the game. Actually, I killed all the minions I needed to kill, but the game detection did not detect that this had occurred to actually open the door for the next section for me. So I kind of had to keep running over a spot until that happened. So, you know, just be aware that there are little clinks in the game like that. And also too, there's a section of the game where you'll actually have to tell the rest of your team to stand in particular places. That actually was not as difficult to do, because they actually move to where you're telling them to move. The AI pretty much it's the same problem with any really squad-based game. It's really not you and the squad, it's really just you. The only thing that they changed is you can hop into different members of your squad as your squad gets knocked out. So that's a nice thing to do. It's not horribly wrong. I also did like the flying monsters they had in this, because when you actually bullet whip them things out of the air and they drop down, it's so fun. Doesn't make this game worth playing, but it is quite satisfying. But if you're going to play this, make sure you get to at least, I think it's stage 6, to be sure that you get to shoot some of them things down. Yes, yes, yes. Good. But other than that, nothing really stands out to actually make me want to tell you that this is a great game, to be honest. I personally give it like a 4 out of 10. I've seen reviews on it that have been much nicer where they say it's probably about a 6 out of 10. But there are just certain parts of it, like right now I'm saving you some headache. If you pretty much want to play the game and get to the ending, stop the video now. And you can look at the very last panel where I have my stuff from my own business. But right here is pretty much the leading to the end cutscene, and then after that you'll actually see after I beat the boss
what happens
the ending,
now?
which horribly sucked. But there was rumor of a sequel. I'm hoping it never happens, unless it's going to be far better, which shouldn't be difficult. So, this is P, signing off.
It is a dreamless.
Check out this part of the game, it's kind of cool.
You will share
later, support me, buy stuff on my website. I think it's awesome. And for you guys who have done that, thank you. You guys are awesome. Later. Really fun. Really.
I must go now. The breach widens.
I guess this is it. It's been a pleasure serving with you, Xavier.
Hold on to me, Frank.
Ross, can you hear me?
I'm here.
What's gonna happen to you?
I don't know. Whatever it is, gonna be much worse than this.
Are you scared?
Are you?
No.
Simone, are you okay?
I'm okay, sir.
I'm sorry I brought you into this. You deserve better. Would you like to pray with me?
I'm an atheist, sir.
I guess not, then.
He's lying!
What?
I said he's lying! You believe that bullshit about a dreamless sleep? Am I the only one that's been paying attention?
Look, I understand your apprehension, but...
What about the others? The Templars? The Centurion? They're not dreaming. They're not one with the great beyond. They're losing their minds in purgatory, exactly where we're gonna find ourselves when he closes that breach. That bastard is lying through his gold fucking teeth.
What are you suggesting?
We fight. If I'm gonna die here, I'm gonna die with my hands around the throat of whatever waits on the other side.
I can't let you do that.
Don't even think it.
Stop it, both of you.
Get out of the way, Billy.
Wait, let's just think about this a minute, okay? Maybe he's right.
We have a sacred duty to perform.
Sacred duty, my balls! We've been lied to, asshole! And I'm starting to think you've been in on it the entire time.
Black, secure Delgado.
What if he's right? Something doesn't make sense.
I gave you an order.
Damn it, Paul. Would you listen to me?
I'm the ranking officer here.
No, you're not.
What the hell do you think you're doing, Ross? He's going to destroy everything. There's a whole world outside full of innocent people. You think your life isn't worth saving that?
I think he's right, Paul.
Have you lost your fucking mind?
My mind is the only thing I haven't lost today.
Betrayed, and everything in the world is lost.
Everything I love is right here.
What do we do now?
We kill it.
They said it can't be killed.
Watch me.
Jericho squad, let's do this. It's your choice, Rawlings. I won't force you to follow us.
To the Lord! Perish the wicked in the presence of the Lord!
I started this. Let me finish it.